What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to give you guys the pound for pound 15 worst ranked fighters in the UFC right now, okay? These are the pound for pound, bottom of the barrel in terms of ranked fighters. I could easily do the pound for pound worst fighters in the UFC, but I would feel almost bad kind of ragging on guys that are maybe, just got signed, maybe debuted short notice, had to fight in the wrong weight class, all that type of shit. I'm not going to bag on those guys that might be on the verge of getting cut. I'm going to be bagging on the guys that have been co-main eventing fight nights, that have been main eventing fight nights, that have main evented fucking pay-per-views, and I believe that they belong on this list to be a little bit criticized, all right? We obviously have the normal pound-for-pound list here. My list, low-key clears, all right? Let's move on, though. Number 15. Number 15. Okay, bro. All right. Now, hear me out. Dricus du Plessis, he's not bad, but he is. Like, he's not good, but he kind of is. I don't know how to explain the phenomenon that is Dricus du Plessis. Now, obviously, if you saw my pound for pound best fighters in the UFC video, you would say, Bedtime, how is Dricus du Plessis simultaneously number 10 pound for pound on your list and also one of the 15 worst ranked fighters? That's a great question. I would love to know the fucking answer. I don't know how this guy became champion because the way that he talks like a serious contender. He's like, I'm coming to finish Sean Strickland completely with both of my hands and my feet. I've been finishing guys all camp long. I'm ready to come in and destroy this guy. It almost makes me forget that he literally fights like fucking Amanda Nunes in the cage, bro. Like, are we going to ignore the fact that this guy did a WMMA head and arm trip on Robert Whittaker? This guy's pulling fucking mount against Brad Tavares and Derek Brunson, dude. This guy was losing to Derek Brunson, okay? I just cannot ignore the fact that Dricus du Plessis literally fights like a WMMA fighter, but it worked so well. I cannot tell if Dricus du Plessis is the greatest, mastermind of the sport of all time and we're just so dumb we can't process what he's actually doing, or he's just the Giga Chad white belt that just shows up and manhandles all the blue belts because he's just so much stronger than them. And he's just evolved to the end point of that, where he's a UFC champion. And his coaches are trying to tell him, what to do. Like, oh, Dricus, make sure your feet don't come together. Make sure your eyes are... Mate, listen, okay? I've been training for 25 years. I'm a UFC champion. Oh, you need to close your eyes when you're punching. You need to be putting your thumb inside your fist. And honestly, when I look around the gym, I'm not seeing enough spinning back fists, okay? Can I just say before I move on to number 14, we were robbed of a tough season of Dricus and Izzy. Imagine Dricus genuinely coaching these fucking... Mate, you need to be doing a spinning back kick every time. Mate, why are your eyes open? Your feet need to be together. If your feet are together, you're stronger. Okay? Let me cook a little bit, alright, man? But yeah, Dricus du Plessis, number 15. Let's move on to a certified Rogues Gallery member of the channel. Coming in at number 14 on my pound for pound worst ranked fighters. Marlon Cheeto Vera. What does this guy fucking do? You're going to hear that phrase a lot in this video. Now, if you're at 15, 14, you're still a good fighter. Like, Dricus du Plessis, obviously, is a middleweight champion. I'd pick him to beat most fighters in the UFC. Cheeto Vera, he ain't even that bad. It's just more the way that he fights. Like, he actually has good jiu-jitsu, insane chin, great cardio. He always shows up to fight, except he doesn't. Like, he shows up with the ability to fight. He just chooses not to. So, for that reason, Marlon Cheeto Vera, this guy has the all likelihood of throwing up the most insane KO you've ever seen, or he's just a walking punching bag with tattoos. So Marlon Cheeto Vera, I just feel like for how highly ranked he is, the fact that he was fighting for the belt a couple of months ago, when you watch him fucking fight, it's a disgrace. So Marlon Cheeto Vera is number 14 on my list. Let's move on. Number 13, Jamal the Blob Hill. Okay, bro. Now Jamal Hill, listen, bro, don't drop a 40-minute video on me, man, all right? Listen, bro, if you're down in the outside the top 10, you are a good fighter still. I'm just saying, compared to the skillful fucking fighters we have in the top 15 of some of these divisions, Islam Makhachev, former champ, Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira, Alex Pereira, Robert Whittaker, all these guys. And then you've got Jamal Hill, who's crossing his feet over while he's walking around. You know what I'm saying, dude? Jamal Hill, who literally punches with the other hand by his fucking hips, dude. And this guy's the fucking champion of the division. People were picking this guy to beat Alex Pereira. I just think Jamal Hill is one of the most overrated. He's not anymore. He's almost underrated. He's still a good fighter, but fuck, man. In terms of his technical abilities from the outside looking in, bro, this guy is definitely, this guy definitely deserves a little bit of criticism. But with that being said, before I move on, I know there's going to be some fucking nerd in the comments. Bro, you would never say this to any of these guys' face. These guys would all kill you. No fucking shit, bro. No shit. Am I not allowed to make fun of Jamal Hill for being a blob that crosses his feet over? And fucking Dricus du Plessis for punching like Amanda Nunes? I'm allowed to make fun of that. That's true. They don't give a fuck. These guys are all rich. Who gives a fuck? Let's move on, though, to number 12 on my list, and maybe a controversial one. I'm going to say Brendan Allen is number 12 on my list. Now, why is Brendan Allen here? He's on a 7-fight win streak. Oh, he's one of the best grapplers at middleweight. Very true. However, you got chinned by Sam Alvey, buddy. You got back-to-back KO'd by Sean Strickland, and Chris Curtis, bro. This guy gets rocked every single fucking fight. He literally, I swear to God, he got put on Bambi legs by Sam Alvey, by Paul Craig, you know. Christoph Jotko, you know, this is the level of competition this guy's beating. He's on one of the most fraudulent win streaks in the UFC. He is a great grappler, so I'm going to keep him around these other, you know, top contenders that are still good. Like, they're all dangerous, but I just cannot ignore how chinny this fucking guy is, and just the fact that he, you know, his striking, he'll call you on to strike with him, immediately get rocked and change his mind. It's very funny to watch. Brendan Allen's number 12. Let's move on to number 11 on my list, and I'm going to say, with a heavy heart, Vicente Luque, bro. Now, Vicente Luque, very technically sound, great fighter. You know, back in the day, he went, you know, real ones remember the run that this guy fucking went on in 2020, 2021. You know, when he was slumping Randy Brown, when he was choking out Tyron the Frozen One Woodley, all right, dude. When he subbed Michael Chiesa, that was one of the best days ever when he subbed Michael. Michael Chiesa is not ranked. That's why he's not in this video. Otherwise, he'd be top 5. But regardless, Vicente Luque, why is he here? Well, he has completely lost his ability to take a punch. He melted against Joaquin Buckley. I'm considering picking Nick Diaz to beat him. That's all I really have to say. You know, you know you're cooked when I'm thinking Nick Diaz might be able to beat you, bro. With all love and respect to Vicente Luque, one of my favorite fighters to watch back in the day. Yeah, bro, I might pick Nick Diaz. I'm not going to lie. Number 11 is Vicente Luque. Now we're getting into the top 10. So 15 through 11, they're still, you know, decent fighters. They all have attributes that make them, you know, well-rounded enough to stay in the UFC. None of these guys are like bums. Like, they're all great fighters, or they were great fighters at some point, or, you know, they just have little things that make me think they're not super good in terms of their technique, their fighting style, whatever. Vicente Luque's big problem is his chin. Now we're getting into guys that maybe they have one or two things that make them very dangerous. Otherwise, how the fuck are you ranked? All right. And coming in hot at number 10. Look at this guy, dude. Look at this fucking guy, bro. I'm sorry. I'm never living this down, man. I am never living this shit down. This guy literally has the head movement of Mount Rushmore, bro. This guy literally, I'm not joking, dude. Started training in 2017, bro. Hold up, dude. My cat's about to... Hold on. Benoit, you got saved from a rant, bro. My cat's trying to leave. All right. That out. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm back in. Dude, Benoit Saint Denis, this guy has no head movement. Okay? Dustin Poirier's doing comedy wind-up punches on this freaking goofball. And like I said, he's been training since 2017. He walks forward. Like, the way that this guy strikes, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I've seen amateur fucking MMA fights with better striking. I'm telling you, bro. He has good kicks. He has a decent clinch game. His boxing and his defense is like street beefs type shit, bro. I really don't rate Benoit Saint Denis as a top contender. I'm considering picking Moicano to beat him. All right, man. Benoit Saint Denis, I know people don't agree with me on this, but I genuinely think he's one of the lowest level top contenders in the UFC, and I think he gets a lot of hype because of his name and because of his backstory, which is cool. He is a cool dude. I like Benoit, but I'm gonna just be real with you. Now we're moving on to number 9 on my list, and again, this one hurts, but I gotta be real. Neil Magny, bro. I almost respect Neil Magny so much for the way that he succeeded, despite not being good at literally fucking anything in fucking UFC. Neil Magny, he can't check kick. He cannot strike. He has no power. He can barely take people down. I've seen him submit one person, and he was losing the fight. And the fact that Mike Malott lost to him and we all went, holy fuck, Mike Malott, you're cooked. I mean, do I need to say anything else, bro? Neil Magny is one of the most. Bro, what does this guy do? What is Neil Magny dangerous at? Like, what is the thing that you go, oh fuck, man, watch out for Neil Magny's clinch, bro. He might hold you against the fence, bro. You better watch out, man. I think Neil Magny is one of the greatest fighters in UFC history. He has achieved so much, despite genuinely, he's just a certified 55 overall, no badges, no attributes equipped, no fucking no skill points equipped. Bro just exists in the welterweight division. He's just better than some of these guys. Neil Magny's my number 9. Let's move on to number 8. Now we're getting into some heavy hitters, all right, man. And the thing that Neil Magny has that these other guys don't have, he's crafty, right? Like I said, 10 through 5, you have some sort of ability to win a fight despite your lack of skill, right? Like Neil Magny's gonna outcraft you. Benoit Saint Denis is just gonna maraud you, and push the pace on you. Coming in at number 8. Derek Lewis, bro. Derek Lewis is just like he cannot fucking wrestle. He barely tries to strike whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But he can just KO you at any point. That's why he's gotten so far in his career. He literally has some of the most insane power in UFC history. Outside of that, this guy just gets blobbed on by fucking everybody. This guy cannot fucking defend kicks. He doesn't even try. He just stands around idling. He lost every second of the fight against Curtis Blades and then flukes an uppercut. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, that is what Derek Lewis does. This is what he does. It's illegal. He's an alien. This is what he does. Yeah, Derek Lewis, he is just a complete legend of the game. No discernible skills whatsoever. Just complete power reliance, and that's about it. And I fucking love it. It's hilarious. And I feel like he almost does have skills. He just refuses to show them. Because he can take down Tai Tuivasa. He's taken down Nascimento, who, again, he's an honorable mention on this list. Literally, who the fuck has Nascimento ever beat to be ranked? I don't know where this guy came from. I've never seen him fight before. But regardless, Derek Lewis was having a very competitive fight with this random NPC-generated guy. And if he doesn't have power, this guy is flipping fucking burgers at Wendy's. Let's be real here, all right, man? Let's move on. Speaking of flipping burgers, number 7, Roman Dolidze, bro. Roman Dolidze, you got saved, bro. You are so fucking lucky. Anthony Smith, who I will talk about later, he's in the top 5, bro. I'm gonna say that right now. Dude, Roman Dolidze is another example of what the fuck does this guy do? What does he do? What is he good at? He's good at jiu-jitsu. That's it. If you take down Roman Dolidze, you might be cooked. Otherwise, he's just gonna smile menacingly at you. Anthony Smith decided to get a first wind in the 3rd round. He was gassed in the first second of the fight. Round 2, he didn't have anything to do. Round 3, he suddenly gets his first wind and he fucking pieces up Roman Dolidze easily. And Anthony Smith is another guy that people think suck. And he pieced up Roman Dolidze easily. Jack Hermanson pieced this guy up easily. Flukes his way into getting submitted. I mean, Roman Dolidze's jiu-jitsu is nasty. That's why he's not in my top 5. I do think he's actually a pretty good grappler. He has decent power, especially at middleweight, but, I don't know, man. I just think Roman Dolidze is the definition of a fluky fluke. This guy's getting completely outskilled by Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori, who's another guy whose only skill is being tough, and he completely out-techniqued and outclassed Roman Dolidze striking. Yeah, Roman Dolidze's here. I wouldn't be mad putting him maybe further down the list. Maybe he's yeah, you know what? I'll swap him with Derek. I'll swap him with Derek Lewis. Put Dolidze at 8, put Lewis at 7. All right, let's move on to number 6. Now we're getting into the heavy hitters, and when I say heavy, I mean it. Number 6 is Tai Tuivasa, bro. And this hurts, because you guys know the bedtime lore. I own a Tai Tuivasa t-shirt. He has not won a fight since I purchased it, bro. I wore that thing to a fucking baby shower, dude. I wore that thing to a baby shower, bro. Do you know how embarrassed I am about that? Do you know how embarrassed that I am that there's photos of me at a baby shower, like a child's first day on this fucking earth? And I'm wearing a Tai Tuivasa shirt of this guy that refuses to learn how to wrestle or go past round 1 or do anything other than leg kicks and right hands. And when that doesn't work, he's just done for. Why does this guy fake going out when he gets submitted as well? He thought I didn't notice it. I noticed it, bro. Against Spivak and against Tybura, rewatch the finishes. He does not go out, bro. Lil bro just falls asleep because his blood sugar's low and he Dude, Tai Tuivasa, how do you get fucking destroyed by Marcin Tybura, bro? Come on! I love you, Taito Ivasa. Please don't make fun of me on your Instagram. I love you, Taito Ivasa. But come on, dog. You gotta lock in, bro. I swear to God, if Taito Ivasa loses his next fight, I'm done. But you know what? I still fuck with him. I think he can turn this around because heavyweight is trash. But fuck, man. That Tybura loss, I picked Tybura, by the way. Yeah, that was a real eye-opener for me, man. Taito Ivasa, you're done for, buddy. Let's move on. Now we're talking about the top 5. These are the top 5 worst ranked contenders in the UFC. Coming in at number 5, Matt Schnell, bro. Matt Schnell, dude. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? How are you getting flatline KO'd at flyweight, bro? Now, listen, guys. I know what you're saying. Bedtime, don't kick the guy while he's down. You already beat him in the Apex. You don't have to make fun of him. I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm trying to be as objective as I can. You cannot even change fucking weight class, bro. Like, that's how cooked this situation is. This guy, when you're known for being chinny at like heavyweight, middleweight, you know, that's one thing, right? That makes sense. Flyweight? Bro, at flyweight? And even when you win, you have to get rock animation. You have to get hit with a rock animation like 20 times to win the fight against Sumu Daji, bro. Who's is he even still in the UFC? That's his best win is Sumu Daji, bro. And he got murdered in that fight like 5 times. I just think Matt Schnell is a complete walking liability at flyweight in terms of his chin, bro. And for me, that makes you a cooked contender. If you can't take a punch at flyweight, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You know, so yeah, shout out to Matt Schnell, bro, but he's number 5 on my list. Let's move on to another guy who literally has negative attributes in everything except one aspect of the game. Paul Craig. Now listen, guys. I love Paul Craig. You love Paul Craig. But let's be fucking real here, dude. This guy's only ability is to fluke a win. That's literally how he's built his fucking legacy in the UFC, is by fluking victory. Would any human walking the fucking earth pick this guy to beat Jamal Hill? Or pick him to beat Magomed Ankalaev ever? No, bro. No, dude. You can never pick Paul Craig to win a fight. Therefore, I think he belongs as a staple of the top 5 worst ranked contenders right now. I don't even know if he's ranked right now. But he's coming to my mind straight away, so I'm putting him on this list. He's number 4, Paul Craig. No hands. Now he's lost his chin. He's a physical middleweight, still can't use it to his advantage. No striking whatsoever, no boxing defense. Completely relies on his jiu-jitsu. If it doesn't work, he's done for. Paul Craig is, yeah, he's going on my list. Now we get the top 3, bro. And listen, I'm going to address a really big complaint with my channel. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but every video I get 2 or 3 comments. Oh, bedtime. Why don't you talk about WMMA? No WMMA? Question mark? Listen, guys, I think I've been really disrespectful to WMMA, so I'm going to put them at the top of my list in a video. Coming in at number 3, Raquel Pennington. Raquel Pennington should not be a champion in the UFC, bro. I'm going to just be fucking real with you here, man. Dude, the only reason she's the champion is because Mayra Bueno Silva gassed out from beating her up. Like, how is that? How is your best? How is this the best fighter we can find at fucking women's bantamweight, bro? Raquel Pennington, what does she do? What does she do? I was looking through the topology. I was like, when did she submit Macy Chiasson, bro? This motherfucker went on a title run on the prelims of Apex cards and wonders why people like did not give a fuck about her fighting for the belt at 297. I wonder why, bro. Because you literally lost to every other top contender. You just survived long enough to go on a win streak. You know what I'm saying, dude? That would be like if Anthony Smith deadass. This is genuinely what would happen if Anthony Smith won the belt. This is deadass Anthony Smith as a female, bro. I'm gonna be fucking straight up with you here, man. But yeah, Raquel Pennington, welcome to the list, buddy. You're number 3. Let's move on to number 2. And boys, I just mentioned his name. Anthony Smith, bro. Anthony Smith, after losing to Roman Dolidze convincingly, 30-27, buddy, welcome to the list. You just made the list. This is the closest Anthony Smith is getting to the pound for pound list. Listen, man, I want to be real here. I still kind of like Anthony. I know that this is a very disrespectful video. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is all just jokes. All right, man. But it is genuinely sad to see that we could have seen a Mickey Mouse run for Anthony Smith to the belt if he had beat Roman Dolidze. You know, he can't. The only thing that Anthony Smith has is like Paul Craig fluke jiu-jitsu abilities, which he doesn't even have. He's not going to throw up a submission off his back. The only way he can win is if he can just mog you physically and get you in a scramble where he can lock up a guillotine or something like that, right? Like if you're just a complete moron like Ryan Spann or fucking I don't even know, you know, you're Devin Clark who's like 10-7 in the UFC, right? Outside of that, this guy just lays on his back holding 2-on-1 wrist control, just looking in the camera, bro. Like his Lionheart name does not actually apply. All he does is just tough out getting beat up by every single ranked contender, bro. That's what Anthony Smith does. Anthony Smith is the definition of if he wins, damn, this guy really was a fraud. Damn, this guy really is not ranked material. You can't even beat Anthony Smith. That's the reaction when Smith wins a fight now. So I feel like Anthony Smith belongs in the UFC to weed out the frauds of the rankings. But other than that, man, this guy's got to be one of the worst top 10 ranked fighters in the UFC. I mean, seriously, this guy was about to be next in line for the belt, dude. Come on, man. And how did John Jones not finish this guy, man? That's what I'm saying. That's Anthony Smith's best skill, is surviving a beatdown. You know, that doesn't make you a good contender in my eyes, right, man? Coming in at number 1, we're gonna combine all of the skill sets listed of these terrible top contenders. You know, strikes like a WMMA fighter. Only skill is like a fluke submission. That's their claim to fame. You know, only attribute is being tough and surviving a beatdown from any fighter with any sort of skill. Juliana Pena, without a doubt, is pound for pound the worst ranked contender right now in the UFC. The fact that this is the best we can do, fighting for the belt, is Juliana Pena. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, bro. Juliana Pena. I don't even need to say anything, bro. When I say Juliana Pena, you probably started laughing, bro, because of that Nunes. You had Nunes out there looking like fucking, you know, Anderson Silva, bro. We're talking about Amanda Nunes here, dude. Yeah, dude. This is my pound for pound top 15 worst ranked fighters in the UFC. Let me know down below, though, guys. Did I get my list right, wrong? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, or who you have on your list. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.